Hi guys, my name's Terasa and I'm going to be guiding you through a gentle yoga flow. So get yourself comfy, come and take a seat and we'll begin our practice. So we're going to begin today's practice with a bit of breath work. So finding a comfortable seat, feel free to use a cushion or a bolster or a block to prop yourself up on if that feels right. Remember to have the knees relaxed, so really relax the knees towards the earth here. You've got your Sukhasana in this cross-legged position. You've also got some of your slightly more advanced postures, so your Siddhasana, one foot in front of the other. Following on from that, you've got your lotus postures, so your Padmasanas, your Ardha Padmasana, which is your half lotus. So bringing that one foot directly on top of the thigh. Some of you will maybe be able to explore a slightly deeper posture and bringing both feet on top of the thigh. So when we're coming into a breathwork practice, we're usually here for a few minutes, so finding a posture that's comfortable for you. We'll take Siddhasana today. Okay, nice and lifted through the spine, relax the shoulders down, and we'll begin with the breath. So on an inhale, taking a deep breath up into the belly, and exhale down with the belly and out through the nose. Inhale up with the belly, and exhale down with the belly and out through the nose. Inhale up into the belly, and exhale down with the belly and out through the nose. Inhale up to the belly, and exhale down with the belly and out through the nose. And take a moment to become aware of any physical sensations that you're feeling here. So just let your awareness be drawn to any physical sensations within the body. Let yourself feel whatever's going on. And then maybe noticing your feeling tone for today. So how you're feeling coming into practice. So again, letting your awareness rest with whatever you're feeling. You can close down the eyes or have a soft gaze for this. And then bringing awareness back to the breath. We'll deepen our breath as we inhale deeply through the nose, expand the breath up into the belly, and up to the chest, and down with the chest, down with the belly, and out through the nose. Deep inhale, up to the belly, up to the chest, and down with the chest, down with the belly, and out through the nose. Deep inhale, up to the belly, and up to the chest, and down with the chest, down with the belly, and out through the nose. And we'll release the breath. We'll take the hands either side of us, press firmly into that right hand whilst we lift that left arm up and overhead. Inhale brings you back through center, and exhale will take it over. Inhale, rising up, and exhale over. Inhale, rising up, and exhale over. If you have the space, feel free to take it to your forearms here. Inhale, rising back up. We'll take those hands out in front of us and find a gentle seated forward fold here. So allow the body to come down. And don't worry if you're still quite lifted here. This is my third practice of the day, and so I obviously could come in relatively openly into this pose, but for some of you, you still might be quite lifted, and that's completely normal. So however you're coming into this pose, just relax here. And then we'll gently come on up. Guide the hands back towards center, and then send them behind you. Have those fingertips facing forward, nice and open with the chest and shoulders, gaze up. Find a gentle back bend here as you squeeze the shoulder blades together. Push the chest forward and gaze up. And then maybe you can press into the feet and send the hips up for a little hip stretch here. Exhale to lower the hips back down and make your way into tabletop. So coming into tabletop, we'll come into some cat-cow postures here. So inhale, taking the gaze forward, sending that belly down. And exhale, rounding through the spine, tucking that chin into chest. Inhale, gaze forward, down with the belly. And exhale, rounding through. Inhale, gaze forward. And exhale, round. Inhale, gaze forward. And exhale, round. We'll come back to stillness and then transition into child's pose. Knees come towards the edges of the mat, big toes together to touch, sitting bones to heels, forehead to the earth as you transition to child's pose. Allow the upper body to become heavy here. Just heavy enough to settle in between the hips. Maybe you have a little wiggle play with your stance here as you find a way to ease on into your child's pose. Take a moment, just let your awareness be drawn to any physical sensations. Maybe you come into a traditional child's pose for a moment here. And gently guide yourself on up. Guide those knees back in line with hips. Tap the toes. And then if we can, we're going to guide that right foot forward. Into our Ashtanga. And just rock forwards and back as we begin to ease on into that right hip. And work that right leg towards straightening, coming into your half split. Seeing if you can bow down over that right leg. You don't have to have it completely straight here. You might still have a slight bend in that knee if you're particularly tight in this hamstring. Or you might have blocks underneath your hands here, just to give you a little bit of space as you come down over that right leg. And encourage a deep stretch along the back of that right leg, heel away from the glute down to the heel. Take a couple of breaths here, it might feel quite strong, especially if it's first thing in the morning. And then gently guiding that leg back to meet the left. And we'll take the same on the other side, so guiding that left leg forward. And just playing with rocking forwards and back. And to ease that hip open. And then sending that leg towards straight and bowing on over that left leg. And again, coming into your own degree, exploring your own expression of the pose. Breathing here, creating space. Last breath, and gently guiding that leg back. We'll press into the hands, tuck the toes, and transition to downward facing dog. So your first downward dog of the practice, feel free to pedal through, maybe sending one heel to the earth and bending into the opposite knee, maybe alternating between this movement. Just begin to feel subtle differences between both sides. And then come to a place of stillness in your downward facing dog. Just take a moment here. Then take your gaze to your hands at the top of the mat and take your journey to forward fold. So maybe you step one foot and then the other. Maybe you take a slow walk. It's your practice, so your journey. And then allow the head, neck and shoulders to really hang heavy here in your forward fold. And again, it might not necessarily look like mine. You might be a little bit lifted here. Again, especially first thing in the morning. And bearing in mind, I have practiced multiple times today already, so a little bit looser in the joints here.
Just take one more breath here, just exploring your forward fold. Feel free to sway, it doesn't need to take a still form here. Still waking up the body, so taking whatever variation works. And then bending into the knees and slowly unraveling up to mountain pose. When you arrive in your mountain, just rolling those shoulders open and back to fully arrive here. So coming into Tadasana, relax the shoulders down, but remain lifted through the spine, really grounded through the feet here, nice and tall. On an inhale, we'll sweep the arms up and overhead, and on the exhale, bring the hands to Anjali Mudra at heart center. Inhale, reach and lift, and on the exhale, turn the palms face out and swan dive forward. Inhale to flat back, hands to shins, crown of the head forward, nice and long through the spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. And inhale, rise up. Exhale, turn the palms face out and swan dive forward. Here we're going to bend into the knees and inhale to step the right leg back, lower that back knee. Inhale, rise. Exhale, frame that foot and step it back to your plank. Exhale to lower to the knees, the chest and the chin. Inhale to a back bend and exhale to a child's pose. So knees out wide, big toes together to touch, forehead to the earth. Breathe. Find your breath. And just using our sun salutations here to get the body nice and warm. Inhale, coming on up to tabletop, tuck those toes under, find downward facing dog. Gaze towards our hands at the top of the mat. And again, transitioning here, so whether you step, hop or walk there, make your way to forward fold. Your journey, your practice. Relax the head, neck and shoulders down once again. Feel free to have the knees bent or straight, whatever works here. And then we'll bend into the knees and slowly unravel. Slowly coming up to standing and rolling those shoulders open and back to arrive. Inhale, sweep the hands up and overhead. Exhale, turn the palms face out and swan dive forward. Plant the hands, inhale, steps the left leg back. This time we'll press into that left hand, reach that right arm up for a twist. Exhale, lower the right hand down and send it back to plank pose. Exhale to lower to the knees, the chest and the chin. Inhale to a back bend and exhale to downward facing dog. Breathe here. Inhale, steps that left foot forward. You can always lower the knees and guide that foot forward. Press into the right hand, lift the left arm up. Breathe here. Keep breathing. And gently lower that hand down. And this time we'll step that back foot forward to forward fold. Inhale to slowly rise up. Exhale, Anjali Mudra. Inhale to reach up. Exhale to turn the palms face out and swan dive forward. Plant the hands, bend the knees, and step it back. And lower the knees. We'll inhale to rise up, find a camel. Exhale to child's pose, knees together here. Just settle in. Nice, and we're coming up to tabletop. We'll cross those ankles over, coming into a seat. Or you can always take the ankles out to the side and come into a seat that way. So find your transition into a seat. We're going to come into Baddha Konasana here, so soles of the feet together, nice and wide through the knees, nice and wide in the hips, heels into groin.
nice and tall through the spine. And then begin to fold forward and down. And again, coming into your own degree here. Maybe you have a block under your seat. Maybe you pop a block underneath your head. Find your own expression here. So find your variation of Baddha Konasana. Maybe you take the feet a little bit further out to give yourself space. Wherever you are, working on allowing the upper body to relax here. And just noticing where you're feeling the stretch here. We'll be here for a couple of breaths. Really exploring being with the stretch. Just be with the sensations of this stretch here. And gently rise up. Very good. From here we'll come into seated forward fold, so sending the legs out in front of you. Inhale to reach and find length. Exhale to fold forward and down. And again, just coming into your own degree, just allowing the hands to meet the lower body wherever they do. Remain lifted through the spine here and send the spine straight by sending the chin forward and then coming down. So again, finding your expression of the pose. We'll be here for a few breaths. Notice if you're carrying any tension in the shoulders here, see if you can let that go. And keep breathing. Use the breath to get beyond any challenging sensations and just be with the pose. Last full breath here. And we'll gently release. We're going to make our way onto our backs here, so coming straight down onto the ground. Here, hugging the knees into chest. We're going to take a happy baby, so send the soles of the feet to the earth, hands to the edges, chest outside, the feet, encouraging the heels towards the earth and the knees either side of the chest here. And relax. Happy baby pose. Generally a restorative pose, although when we sit in this pose for just a little bit longer and we tap into some of those deeper layers of the inner hips, you might feel some strong sensations, completely normal. Just be with whatever's happening. Try and anchor that tailbone down if you can. And just a few more breaths here. Gently come back. We'll send the sole of the right foot to the earth, cross the left ankle over, and then thread the needle here, clasping in front of that right shin, encouraging the knees into chest as you get into that external hip area here. And again, breathe into that space that you're creating. So working by tapping into some of the areas of the body that we don't necessarily touch on a day-to-day basis. So you might be met with some strong sensations as we begin to make space in some of those areas that often we overlook. And gently release. We'll take that same thing to the other side. So sole of the left foot down, right ankle crossed over the left leg, clasping onto the left knee, encouraging it into chest. Getting into the outer right hip area here. Just again noticing the sensations. Notice where you're carrying anything. I just noticed I was lifting my leg up there, but you can relax that. You don't need to, it's not an active stretch. So just allow yourself to just sink into the stretch. And gently release. I'm going to take a little back bend here. Luckily I have my blocks just behind me, don't have to reach very far. So a very gentle supported back bend. You can take a bridge pose if you prefer, but we're doing quite a gentle practice today, so a supported back bend might be better here.
And so in your supported back bend, just placing the block underneath your sacrum, elevating the hips here, encouraging the blood and oxygen to flow back to the heart and the head. Just giving this natural immunity boost as well. You might feel a little release as we massage the kidneys and the liver here too. Free to take your hands to your belly as you just feel into that little massage, the lower back here. And just slow down our practice here, so feel free to close down the eyes, quiet the mind. Just one more breath here. We'll lift the hips, slide the block over to the side, lock the knees in, maybe massage the spine by rocking right and left. And then send the knees over to the right side, maybe sending that left arm out to the left and taking your gaze over to your left hand. Gently come back through center and take the same stretch over to the other side. Begin to wind down our practice here, closing down the eyes, quieting down the mind, just beginning that journey inwards. And gently coming back through center, making our way to Savasana here. If you're feeling anything in the lower back, you can take constructive rest instead. Otherwise, just allowing the body to relax on the earth. A few quiet moments here. So gently bring awareness back to our physical space. Begin to wriggle the fingers and toes. On an inhale, send the arms up and overhead. Find a full body stretch. On the exhale, hug both knees into chest. Begin to massage by rocking right and left. And then make your way onto whatever side of the body feels right here. And then using your top hand, press into the earth and guide you up to a seat. We'll bring our hands into prayer at heart center and seal our practice. I hope you can take the effects of your practice onwards and outwards with you. Namaste. Hi guys, thanks for watching that short, gentle flow practice with me. I hope you enjoyed. Please tune in for more videos coming your way soon. And if you want to check out the in-studio timetable, please
please visit the website or our Instagram or Facebook page.